the students are not getting good enough packages. Majority of them are getting a 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakh package, which is bare minimum. You can get those packages even if you do a BTech from a normal tier 2, tier 3 college without much of effort.
True.
You learn AI here. It's very important. You learn AI. The heading of the article was that Google is for old people. And that is actually true. People are not searching on Google.
आज भी जब हम रिज्यूम किसी का देखते हैं और कोई मुझे अपने स्कूल का और कॉलेज का दिख जाता है ना तो मुझे लगता है यार ये मेरे स्कूल का है.
Degree is not the end of the education. It is the beginning of a new world. It opens up your mind. You meet new people. You read about these things which you won't usually read, right? You can learn from YouTube. You can learn from different podcasts. You can take online courses. The thing is that a degree helps you understand that okay, you have to do this thing for 4 years.
Channelize that energy. You basically how are you availing it? क्योंकि MBA तो बहुत लोग करते हैं.
See, the thing is that a degree is always useful.
Right.
But the thing is how you are going to use it.
Right.
It is very easy to get a product today. Even a T-shirt, even a physical product. But the problem is how to sell it. People fail. 90% of the businesses fail because they don't understand who their target market is, how to sell it to them, how to reach out to them. MBA just makes you more aware of what is happening and how to use it to your benefit. When you are doing a BTech, you are very young, you are like 17, 18 years old. You started, right? By the time it's finished, you are 20, 22, 23. Right? So you don't know much about it, how to get... You are very young, you are very enthusiastic about it.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of pitchnhire. I am your host Vanya Goel and today we have an exciting conversation lined up with Ankit Uttam, a content consultant, best-selling author and storytelling expert. In this episode, we'll uncover why most businesses get stuck in the exhausting chasing client loop, how to transform your brand into a magnet for opportunities, actionable strategies to build authority and make sales feel effortless. If you ever wondered how to shift from hunting for clients to having them knock on your door, this is the episode for you. Let's dive in together. Okay guys, so we have Ankit in here with us. How are you, Ankit? Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me here.
I'm so glad that you're here and let's dive into this quick session. Guys, today's podcast is going to be all about my favorite topic, which is digital marketing, and we are going to cover lots of verticals of it because Ankit is an expert. He has been into the marketing, into the content. He himself has been a story writer, storyteller and book writer. He has written so many books. So we'll talk about that. So starting with it, let's talk about his experience in writing these books and how many have you written so far and what is the inspiration behind it and how did you get the idea कि चलो books लिखना start करते हैं.
I started writing in college when I was in BTech. I was graduation. So last year I started writing, and that was mostly because I was free. And then 2008 when I graduated, there was this huge recession, and I was looking for a job in Bangalore. And because of my anger, there was a lot of frustration. Job hunting was not going very well because the recession. That was, I think, the biggest recession since 1929. So it was one of the rare events that happened in our lives, in my life. And then, so during that time I was in Bangalore, I was writing a book about my college life, and there was a lot of anger, frustration. So I think that propelled me to finish the book at that time. And then it took me a couple of years to find a publisher for that. A lot of rejections happened at that time. And then I wrote a couple of more books. And then I realized that in India it's very difficult to make a living as a writer. Right?
True.
So then I went for my MBA because I realized that if I want to sell, if I want to learn marketing and selling and all, it is better to do an MBA because obviously that comes with a package raise. I was already doing a job. So after that, I found this platform, Amazon, Apple, Google, where I can publish my books and get to the international audience. But the thing is that there are two ways to do it. You can hire somebody, once you write the book, you can hire somebody to publish it without editing, without cover design and all. That is which I call as a vanity publishing. The other way is to put your money, find a editor, find a cover designer, learn marketing, learn paid ads, learn email automations, learn website, how to create a website and all. And then do it professionally as a solopreneur. So that gave me an idea that I can do it, but I need some seed capital. So from my salary, I used to do these expenses while I was working in a startup and all. So I think that gave me a push, and then eventually these markets opened.
Yeah.
Once you realize that that you need to write for these markets like US, UK,
Right.
Canada, Australia, and all. So you need to cater to that audience, and you need to learn. Maybe you need to write books that are to their taste.
True.
Like in India, because in India, it's right now if I go to a bookstore, it's more about mythology, it's more about college office,
Right.
those kind of books. So I think that was the goal, to understand the market, to understand the audience, and where to find them. That the problem is that today when people reach out to me and ask that how can they start selling products digitally, or maybe suppose if you are selling a t-shirt also. So the problem is not to create a product. It is very easy to create a product today, even a t-shirt, even a physical product. But the problem is how to sell it. People fail, 90% of the businesses fail because they don't understand who their target market is, how to sell it to them, how to reach out to them, and how to do ads in a way that does not waste your money. Because see, Facebook, if you give them money, they will take the money.
Right.
Amazon, if you give them money, they will take the money. But the point is you have to do it profitably. Right. So I think that is where my MBA came into picture. And plus whatever I learned via YouTube, via different podcasts, so I used to listen to these podcasts, how the other authors are doing it.
So ये question जो है ना, ये बहुत सारे graduates का है, and I went to one university also as a guest speaker, and then there also some kids asked me कि is it important, like is it good that they should do an MBA? I mean, MBA करना ज़रूरी है, नहीं है? Would it boost their career? So what is your take on that? Like, how did it help you? And did it actually help
whenever
you?
we go for MBA, even when I went for MBA, there's always a ROI that you check. The problem with the ROI right now is, I was seeing some data, some job data. IITians, like in some IIT or I think IIT Bombay or something, the students are not getting good enough packages. Majority of them are getting a 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakh package, which is bare minimum. You can get those packages even if you do a BTech from a normal tier 2, tier 3 college, right, without much of effort.
True.
Similar is for the MBA. See, MBA is not I won't say it's a degree that will teach you anything which you don't know. It teaches you life skills. It teaches you how to think on your feet, how to find resources that can help you do something, right? So it gives you it actually opens up your mind. It's the same thing BTech also does. I don't know about other degrees, but yeah, BTech also. See, you have seen many engineers. They start with engineering, but they go on becoming film directors, writers, musicians, right, content creators. But if you see an MBBS degree holder, like he will most probably become a doctor. A BA, LLB or LLB doctor, LLB graduate, he will probably be going to become a lawyer, right? But BTech, I think it's like it teaches you how to manage chaos in your life, in your surroundings. Similarly, MBA just makes you more aware of what is happening and how to use it to your benefit. When you are doing a BTech, you are very young, you are like 17, 18 years old. You started, right? By the time it's finished, you are 20, 22, 23. Right? So you don't know much about that, you are very young, you are very enthusiastic about it, but you don't know how to channelize that energy. So it's up to you basically,
how you are availing it, because MBA तो बहुत लोग करते हैं.
See, the thing is that a degree is always useful.
Right.
But the thing is how you are going to use it.
Right.
If you don't know it, then maybe ask somebody you have a mentor, maybe your parents, maybe your family, some family member who can give you these perspectives. What you have to do after a degree.
True.
Right? A degree is not the end of the education. It is the beginning of a new world. It opens up your mind. You meet new people. You read about these things which you won't usually read. Right? You can learn from YouTube. You can learn from different podcasts. You can take online courses. The thing is that a degree helps you understand that, okay, you have to do this thing for 4 years. And the thing is that you don't have to worry about earning money. I think that is the biggest benefit. People don't understand this, that when you don't have a pressure to earn money, it can open doors for you.
That's true.
If you are doing, for example, if I'm doing something, if I'm writing on Twitter, for a year, let's say, and I'm not expecting it to generate any money for me, even though Twitter pays its creator, but I don't, suppose let's say I don't expect anything, but I'm adamant that I'll write for half an hour, I'll write 4 or 5 tweets, I'll write this much content on Twitter, I'll engage with these many people every day. After 6 months, after 1 year, the amount of growth that you will see for yourself on that platform, plus the amount of connections that you will make, you cannot imagine right now. But when you do it without any expectation that, okay, I have to earn this much from this platform within, like for 4 weeks or 5 weeks or maybe 2 months, then that's the problem.
True.
And in education, that is the best thing, because somebody else, your parents is paying, they are paying for the fee, right? Your hostel fees are paid, your food is paid. So then you can use that time, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, whatever it is, to learn, to engage.
So in short, guys, whatever course you are doing graduation, post-graduation, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you are availing it very well, you are leveraging it. Time pass करने नहीं जाना है, खेलने नहीं जाना है, because you don't have the pressure to earn money and give it to your family during that time. You can have fun as well, but then along with that, do networking, learn from your seniors, and then do the courses as much as you can, and then MBA अगर कर रहे हो तो फिर उसको seriously करो. It's not like कि आप बस fun के लिए जा रहे हो क्योंकि हमारा selection नहीं हुआ है.
Also has one more thing, which is the alumni. Again, you mentioned alumni or seniors. I think alumni network is one of the biggest strength or biggest benefit that you will not get via any other online course. People who have studied from that college or from that university or institute, they will obviously have a soft corner for people who are graduating or who are in that.
आज भी जब हम resume किसी का देखते हैं और कोई मुझे अपने स्कूल का और कॉलेज का दिख जाता है ना, तो मुझे लगता है यार ये मेरे स्कूल का है.
See, if I get a connection request on LinkedIn,
right,
and I get a lot of connection requests, but I don't see. I always check whether I can add value in their life. Right. Just not for the sake of connecting, but if I can add any value to their maybe their life or their whatever. If there is a person who is from my college or from my university, so I always accept it. Then there is no thinking that should I accept it or should I not accept it, right? So that is because I know that person is from my college. So there is an instant connection. Right. There's also nostalgia which you get. Okay, as he's from his college. So maybe and then I talk to these people.
And also you'll have to create a goodwill with all your peers and seniors during college as well. क्योंकि you never know, कल कोई किसी कंपनी का अच्छा CEO बन जाएगा and they can help you.
I always get these. We have a group of our alumni network, and we always get these messages कि अच्छा यहाँ पे opening है. This is. Wow. We are looking for this kind of person. Send a resume at this email ID and all. So I think that is something which you won't get otherwise, right? Because networking is आप networking ऐसे ही करते हो ना. This is how you network. Right. It's not like कि आप you are sitting in a room, you are watching a YouTube video, or you are doom scrolling through Instagram. That's not how. And similarly, the same model can be replicated on social media also. On any platform, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. This is how you guys network, right? YouTube. So I think networking is something which is, if it's done right, it can take you to places. If you don't want to network, it is also fine. See, there is no pressure कि आपको ये करना ही है. But again, if there's a venue that is opening for you, why not take it? Right. Or why not use it? Or maybe just be a part of it. Maybe someday you will need it.
Speaking of brand, let's talk about TCS. You have worked in TCS,
yes,
right, for a significant amount of time. But like ये एक notion है society में, market में, कि TCS में एक तो growth रुक जाता है. Like I mean पे स्केल ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़ पाता है TCS में, एंड देन अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ कम होती हैं, एंड देन TCS कभी भी ले ऑफ नहीं करता है. सो ये कुछ गुड pros and cons are there for each company. So it's like कि आप अपने comfort zone में हो, TCS में हो, तो you would be on bench for certain number of months or years maybe. You'll get the salary though, but then the company is so good, but then the scale of growth would be stuck at some point of time.
The thing is, I had the same notion also. TCS में ऐसा होता है, वैसा होता है. And I worked there for a long time. See, the thing is that it all depends on you. There is no path written in stone कि अच्छा ऐसा ही होगा. If you start from graduation, तो आपको you will get this, you will get at this, grow at this pace. ऐसा नहीं होता है. It all depends on you how you want to grow. They will offer you opportunities. They will offer you opportunities to work in projects that are tough, right? They will, but at the same time, if you can handle the pressure, if you have the capability, right? That okay. So I was working for Apple. Apple was a client, and in TCS. So it was tough project, and they had deadlines, so they had demands that we have to work on Saturday, Sunday. Now I'm working on TCS. I'm working in TCS, and I'm working on weekends. People don't expect these things, right? They expect कि यार Saturday, Sunday
work-life balance is disturbed.
So the thing is that it all depends on you, and you. But at the same time, see, the thing is that there is no perfect company. Google ने भी अभी lay off किए हैं,
right?
Meta ने भी किए हैं,
Intel ने भी किया.
So there is no perfect company.
So now let's talk about content.
Yeah.
Content. Now that ChatGPT is here, and I think 80% of the companies as well as the writers are themselves are using ChatGPT to enhance their content. Have you used ChatGPT yourself?
No, I use it regularly.
Yeah.
I use it regularly to see. I'm not using it to write content as such, because it's not a very good content writer. But I use it to suppose I create a piece of content, right? So I'm doing it very. Now I'm working on my Twitter thing. Last couple of weeks I'm working on Twitter. So what I do is that I take my LinkedIn posts, which went well, and I asked these AI tools to create a Twitter thread around it, using the same content. So rather than me doing it manually to divide the content into Twitter, because Twitter thread is like 10 tweets, right? Those who don't know, it's like 10 tweets talking about sharing the same story, like two lines of the same content piece. And when you read the thread, it's like the same story with all. So I add the photos, obviously, I add the videos, but the division of content into 10 or 12 tweets, that is a manual task which I don't want to do, because I've already written the content. I only want to repurpose it. So I do it. I tell the AI tool to do it in a way which can make it, so start with a hook line and all, make it human sounding, and so it does a decent job.
So I want to highlight the pain of the content writers these days. Their content is getting flagged with AI, and there are various tools available in the market like Copyleaks, Content Scale AI, and a lot of companies are using these tools, and then when they are checking the content of content writer, even if they have written it themselves throughout. So it is flagging as AI, like 98% AI. But then writers are claiming that they can do a live test, that they have written it themselves, and then they can copy paste and check.
See, these tools are most of the times, like, I cannot use the word, but they are BS. And they don't know. See, these tools are also using whatever technology they are using, whatever algorithm they are using. That is also not 100% foolproof, right?
Right.
So what they do is that they pick some random, what you can say, patterns in a content piece, and then they say that's whether AI or not. Either they expect humans to be very dumb, so that they cannot write something which is or maybe they think that if you are writing it on your own, it has to be something like poetic or something, right? Where you are comparing apples with oranges and all, you are beautifying apples and all. I don't know, because I have spoken to a lot of content creators, content writers, and they always say, yeah, these AI tools, they are actually not very good, and because they are not very good, they are hampering these content writers, which are still writing content on their own, right? So, and again, so the problem, the problem is not these tools, the problem is that eventually the content writing job is going to be done and dusted. It's already, a lot of content creators, they have moved on to writing on LinkedIn. They are learning new skills, because content writing already was a very poorly paid job. In India, what you get 50 paisa per word, 25 paisa per word, right? That is how 1 rupees per word, 2 rupees per word. That's the maximum, right? If this is your job as a content writer, so it is already a very poorly paid job. Now with AI, companies are saying, I will hire somebody who knows how to edit a content piece which is written by AI, or which can prompt AI in a better way, so that content piece can come out very good. Right. So I think that is content writing as a job is not going to be there. It is anyways a very poorly paid job, so it should be. And the thing is that if you hire 10 content writers, suppose you have a project, you have a company, if you hire 10 content writers, each one will write in a different style. But when you put it on your website, now your website, like suppose you have 10 blogs, and all those 10 blogs are sounding in a different way. So companies know that there is no symmetry there. So maybe one content person knows your product better. Other 5 doesn't know that what the product is about. They are just writing. Right? So again, that is also not good for company, right? It is better to give these specifications to ChatGPT or some other AI tool, whatever you are using. It will at least get a consistent thing. And then ask somebody to edit those things.
But then isn't Google flagging the ChatGPT articles?
No. I have a website which I created last year. Don't tell this to Google. But yeah, 90% of the website content is written by AI. 10% I edit, plus I add some case studies at the beginning. In the middle, I add something. I check the numbers and all. I add YouTube videos and all. I am getting 100K. I think last month I got 88K views, impressions. I've not written any content on that website for the last 3 months. It is still getting 88,000. Before that, it was 91,000 impressions. And it's a normal website, side hustle, talking about passive income, side hustle. And it's all AI content. And it's not it's very poorly optimized because I created it, then I had other things to do. I thought, this is earning some money, some ad money. So it's not a high earning thing, but for me, it's a passive thing. Now I've decided from this year I'll start doing something on it. But again, I'm going to use AI because I don't have time. I don't have any employee. And I prefer to do it. I prefer to use AI whenever and that website is talking about, like that website has blogs like 10 ideas to start side hustle, 10, 15, 25 passive income ideas, 20, 10 this idea, 10 that idea. So, or why you should start a podcast. So what is a guide to start a podcast? So those things are very, generic, like how to start a podcast. So that is a guide. You can get it anywhere. It's not something which is path breaking. So it is better to let the AI do the job, right? Why you are putting yourself, so you have limited time. My job is to, I see myself as a creative person. So my job is to think creative things. If I have to write a book, that is where I want to put my time. Because I need to think, and I'm writing fiction, I'm not writing non-fiction. Fiction takes a lot more effort because you need to think of these scenarios which are impossible or improbable in real life, which you are not going to do. You are killing a person, you're not going to do it in real life, right? But you have to make it genuine for your reader. So you need to think from that perspective. You need to probably read books. So I want to spend my time there. I don't want to spend my time here where I have to write 10 passive income ideas. You will find it anyways.
Yeah.
Right. I will add a case study at the beginning that this person did it this way. Now these are other ways to do it.
So viewers, he has actually given you the idea how to use ChatGPT to create your own content. Yes, you can use the ChatGPT, but you will have to use it wisely. You can definitely add some stats, some case studies to make it look more realistic.
ChatGPT and any AI tool is just your assistant, right?
Yeah.
You hired a person.
Right.
You are paying that person a salary. I am paying ChatGPT or whatever tool I'm using is $20, $30 per month.
So we have already discussed about sales. We have discussed about content. Another vertical that is left untouched till now is SEO. So how to, in today's era. So usually earlier what we used to do is we used to work on the keywords thing, right?
Yes.
So Google keyword उठाता है, हम बोलते हैं top 10 companies, marketing companies in India, top 10 development companies in India. So we used to find that, but now the scenario has changed. The companies are actually doing the research on ChatGPT. Top 10 companies.
ChatGPT, Perplexity, there are a lot of tools.
So how to do SEO on these?
I was on my way here. I was listening to this podcast, Niche Pursuit. So there's an episode on Google, and so they talk about SEOs and all the time. So there's an article in Wall Street Journal very recently. I think it's a paid article. You can read it if you can, pay the Wall Street some money. But they described the article in a way that the heading of the article was that Google is for old people. And that is actually true. People are not searching on Google. The reason is there are 3 or 4 reasons. The one is that if you go on Google today, you see a AI summary of your, whatever you are asking them, they give you a AI summary. I recently bought a earphone, wireless earphone. I asked Google that how to connect that earphone with my laptop. Right? Phone is easy, but laptop I was not able to do it. So I asked Google to do it, how to do it. It gave me a AI summary of it. Go there, go there, go there. I never looked at the results. I just I use those options and I connected I was able to do whatever I wanted to do. So that is the thing. These people are not clicking on those articles. Even the sponsored ads. So that article claims, Wall Street Journal articles, that the click rate on all these sponsored links on Google search, that is down by 8%.
Right.
So 8% is a huge number.
Right.
And the thing is that people are not searching on Google. So if people are not searching on Google, then where are they searching? Because people are still searching. So they go on YouTube. Even I always go on now. So my thing is that I go on YouTube. If I have to do something, I go on YouTube and I say how to do this. And there are multiple videos. Like I go on the shortest video with the maximum views. 1 minute, 2 minute video. They tell me how to do this. That's fine. Right?
Because
Similarly,
people have lesser time right now and they want more information in less time.
it is better to see if somebody telling you how to do it. It is always better to listen to that guy because he's showing you images and all, right? He's doing it on the screen and you can just copy it. Rather than you read the whole article, it will take 2, 3, 5 minutes.
That's true.
Then you will again start doing it, then you will forget it, then you again go back to the article. So you will lose 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Here on YouTube, you can, whatever the video length, suppose the video is 2 minutes long, will probably take 5 minutes for you to figure it out.
And you'll forward it as well.
And you will be done with your task, right? If I'm learning, if I want to learn something, earlier it was Google. Now I go on YouTube, I search, I want to learn about this particular thing. Somebody would have done the research for me. They must have made a video out of it. I'll watch the video, and then in Google also, if you search a particular keyword that okay, I want to learn this, how to do this, they will exactly in the video also, they will tell you where you have to go, at which time stamp that thing is being talked about. So even you don't have to watch the whole video, you just have to click on that play button. It will start from that particular point where the person is talking about that particular problem, and that's it. So even Google wants to save your time.
So speaking of social media platforms, coming to our last question about the paid marketing, you just mentioned that there would be ads that would be running as a sponsored over Google, but then still people are not clicking it these days.
Because
So is it the good idea that we should be running and investing a lot of money, because people are investing lakhs in ads, in LinkedIn ads, Meta ads, and then they are doing YouTube ads as well, Google ads. So shed some light on the ads thing.
See, the ads, again, I mentioned search is not done. People are still searching, but they are not searching on Google maybe. Or maybe, see, Google is still making money from ads. If you check their revenue, the clicks are down by 8%, but the volume of the ad revenue has gone up. So even though the click rate is down by 8%, the ad revenue has gone up.
And
so they are still
our phone is always listening.
Yes, and the thing is that so if you're not, Google ads is important if you're a marketer, but I think it's YouTube. But I think YouTube ads are more important now because people are on YouTube most of the time. Instagram ads, I'm not sure if people are still. I think Instagram ads are good, but if you are selling a B2B thing, I'm not sure Instagram is your platform, or should be. I think YouTube should be your platform. LinkedIn should be your platform. I'm still not sure LinkedIn because when I was working with whatever startup I was working with, they were using LinkedIn ads, and it was not giving any ROI, and they are pretty expensive also. Rather, it's better to go for YouTube ads, which are very cheaper, which are very targeted. LinkedIn, it's better to take the paid subscription of this Sales Navigator. where you can reach out to these stakeholders or these
Right.
decision makers directly, and then you can make one-to-one connection with them, rather than showing them such any ad. I ignore any ad on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is more, if you want to spend money on LinkedIn, it's better to take a premium subscription of LinkedIn, which is way cheaper, and it gives you benefits like Sales Navigator. But you need somebody who understands this LinkedIn platform, premium version, and who can reach out to these persons. Because see, in the startup where I was working, there was a guy who was expert in this. So he was Andrea, who was living in the US. Well, he was sitting in India, but his name was Andrea, and he had this image, this photo, whatever, of this girl, and he used to reach out to these sales decision makers on behalf of the CMO or the CEO, and asking them to if they can have a chat or if they can attend a webinar or whatever. And if he gets a positive response, then he handed that lead to the sales guys, and then they take it from there. So I think that was the best thing. I think that was a smart thing to do, right? Sorry. And similarly, if you see YouTube ads, I think they are growing big, and Facebook ads are still going very strong. People ignore Facebook, but I think if you are selling something which is D2C, direct to consumer, Facebook is still very good. And Facebook actually is used by people who have money. See, Instagram is used by teenagers. TikTok is used by teenagers. So people who are, started earning, or maybe they are not earning well that much, so they cannot spend that much money. Facebook is used by people who have money, like who are 35 plus, 40 plus, right? So they are earning well. They can spend money. So you always want to target people who have extra money to spend, right? You don't want to target people who don't have money.
Sure.
Because that is something that will give you reach, but that will not give you revenue.
Great.
And the revenue or the profit is the main thing. Reach is fine, you can reach. You can obviously buy reach also. People do that all the time. And I think that is Twitter. I'm not sure about the ad platform, but yeah, Twitter is good for engagement. If you have somebody who can handle Twitter from a B2B perspective and make it sounding human. Because B2B companies are very inhuman, right? They sound very robotic. They have a logo and but if you have somebody who is very smart and who can handle Twitter in a way that will make your company or somebody else, a B2B company, sound human, I think HubSpot do a very good job at it. There are a lot of other companies, but they are very founder driven. These companies are very founder driven.
Okay, great. So I think, guys, this session was pretty much power packed with lots of tips and tricks for our digital marketers. But then again, last 3 things that you would want to say to our digital marketers to upskill themselves and to meet this current market.
See, learn AI. Yeah. It's very important. You learn AI, and not only learn one tool, but see what is happening. There are multiple tools that are either getting launched or that are either getting updated. Because and the AI is still evolving, so there are a lot of changes that will happen, and there are a lot of new tools that will come. There will be a lot of tools that will go under, right? But thing is that you have to use AI to your benefit. If you're not using AI, I'm not sure how people are going to survive. So that is one thing. So marketing is also something which is going to be very niche. It's already. See, I told you that content creators are going to be very soon. They are going to be redundant. People will hire somebody to edit the content created by AI, because AI content is also getting very, very good. It's not like if you compare the article that was written probably 6 months ago, and if you use the same prompt or if you ask the AI to write the same article again, it will be vastly different and vastly better. Right? So I think that is one thing. The second thing is that don't just learn marketing, learn sales also. See, because at the end of the day, marketing is a way to help the sales team. If you don't know how the sales function works, how you are going to help them, right? Sales is something that, and we are obviously selling ourselves from the beginning. हम जब छोटे होते हैं तो हमें बोला जाता है कि बेटा ऐसे बोलना है, ऐसे बात करना, अच्छे से बात करना, ठीक है, टीचर से तमीज से बात करना, so, या जो भी है, मतलब ये मत करना, वो मत करना. So actually our parents are teaching us how to sell ourselves as good kids. Even though we might not be good kids, we might be very mischievous, but the thing is that they say कि ठीक है यहाँ पे जाके ऐसे रहना है, ये दिखाना है, ऐसे नहीं दिखाना है, ये बात करनी, ये बात नहीं करनी. I think that is also a sales tactic. Similarly, when you go to a job interview, you are again selling yourself to be कि यार I'm the best candidate, hire me. When you are going for a wedding, like arranged wedding, or maybe if you are talking to a girl, you are obviously selling yourself as the best person that they can be with, right? So I think selling is something which is inherent in all of us. The only thing is people don't realize it, but then if you once you realize that everything is selling, and we have been, designed in a way that we need to sell. Most of the time, we are selling ourselves.
Yeah.
So once you
even if in the interview you'll appear for any interview, you'll have to sell yourself.
Exactly, and like we are selling ourselves to you कि हम जो बोल रहे हैं सही बोल रहे हैं.
Right.
That is also selling, right? So I think that is something. Once you realize that, and you realize that marketing is helpful to selling, but again selling is the core thing, right? I think that is one thing. And third is don't be afraid of learning new skills, because this is something in my career of like 7 to 8 years in marketing itself. I have seen this industry change so much. So there is always new thing to learn, and you cannot just say कि अच्छा मैं इतना सीख लिया तो now I don't need to learn anything. ऐसा नहीं होता है. अभी AI आ गया तो अभी you don't know कि after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years
क्या आ जाएगा,
आप क्या कर रहे होगे.
So you'll have to keep upgrading yourself basically, and then you need to keep up yourself with the market. It is very important because you guys are the game changers. You will be selling the product. You will be making sure that आपका content, आपका social media tactics, everything is top notch and spot on. Thank you, Ankit, for this amazing session. And guys, if you have liked what we have discussed about, do mention that in the comment. If you have any questions and queries from Ankit, you can always reach him out over LinkedIn, and also you can put your questions in the comment in here, and then we will also be sharing the links on various social medias. Any queries, anything is available to let you know, and then we'll be here to answer as well. Please do share lots of love on this. I am counting on you, all you digital marketing enthusiasts because he has shared a lot of insights for you. Till then, keep loving, keep subscribing, and bye bye.